Hey everybody, I hope you are all having a fruitful Lent so far. Today is Saturday, and Saturdays are all Our Lady's feast day, and first Saturdays even more so. This happens to be a first Saturday and the first Saturday in Lent, so yay! I thought it was an adequate time to talk about Mary because I was in adoration last night, and I thought of some things that I would like to say. So if we're considering Lent as a time for walking very closely with Jesus through his life of sacrifice and into his passion, then we should take a hint from Mary because she did it pretty well. No one was as close to Jesus as his mother was, obviously the incarnation, from the very beginning to the very, very end where she was there at the foot of the cross. Nobody walked as closely with him. Nobody suffered as closely with him during his passion, and no human being is as glorified as she is with him in heaven as the Queen of Heaven, Queen Mother, yay, biblical stuff. So during this Lent, while we're striving to live closely with Jesus, I think we should remember to invoke her intercession and her guidance, because she was fully human. Jesus was human, but he was also God. So sometimes some of the things he does is like, yeah, but you're okay, you're God. Mary was human, she was perfect, so there's still a little bit of stuff there, but as a fully human, just human person, she is our perfect model for how we should live. Because her perfection wasn't because she worked really hard at it. It was because from the moment of her conception, God drenched her with so much grace. And we're the same way. We don't have that much grace from conception, but that's the way that we grow in holiness too. That's the only way we're going to be able to walk with Jesus in his passion too, is through grace, is through reception to grace, which she did perfectly, which is why she's so cool and walked so closely with him. One little example of why it's so good to stick close to Our Lady is the case of St. John. St. John was at the foot of the cross with Jesus. After he had run away during the garden, he came back. And I read somewhere that the reason he was there is because he was so close to Our Lady. She kept him close to her Immaculate Heart and drew him, therefore, closer to the Sacred Heart of Jesus as he died. So if we stick very close to Our Lady's heart, then she'll lead us and she'll bring us and give us the courage and strength we need to stay with Jesus during times of suffering and trial, etc. So yeah, say your rosary, guys. And speaking of rosaries, have you ever heard of the Rosary of the Seven Sorrows? I have a particular devotion to Mater Dolorosa, Our Lady of Sorrows, especially as she is depicted at the foot of the cross. But there's a rosary I like to do on Fridays, which is the Rosary of the Seven Sorrows. Instead of having 5 typical mysteries of the 4 different time periods of Jesus' life, you actually have the 7 sorrows of Our Lady. Anyway, it's just neat. You're saying the same prayers, but it's like a different sort of meditation. So I like doing that on Fridays, and maybe you can too. But whatever you decide to do, just please stay very, very close to Our Lady during Lent and ask her to guide you, and she will. She'll give you the strength and the courage and the love and teach you how to love, because she's the only human who really knows how to love Jesus as he ought to be loved. That's all for today, guys. I hope you're persevering very well. My Lent is not going so great, but I'll talk about that next time. See you then. Bye.